Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat and NBA content. My name is Amir. So for today's episode, I want to talk about Nikola Jović. And after another disappointing early playoff exit, the Miami Heat are now faced with some tough decisions this offseason. We know Pat Riley mentioned in his exit interviews and press conference that the Miami Heat are going to need to make some changes. But before we get into those changes specifically, one of the bright spots has been the development of Nikola Jović. He hasn't been fully in this Miami Heat's rotation consistently, but he has definitely grown, and he was selected, I think, 24th overall. So, as someone who was a late first round pick and someone who was not really in the rotation a ton in his first 3 seasons, he has shown growth and development, which is a good sign. He's 21 years old, and he is going to be approaching his 4th season. And the question is, what's next for him? Like, is he going to be a part of this Miami Heat's future? Can he take the next step? Or is he going to be a trade piece for one of Miami's potential all stars or superstars that we're going to be going after during the offseason? So let's break that down in today's episode. So, again, coming off an early exit in the 2024 playoffs, many players on the Miami Heat are going to be going back to the drawing board this offseason. Players like Tyler Hero is going to try to improve, Bam Adebayo. And for Nikola Jović, he is going to be obviously playing with Team Serbia for the Euro Cup, I believe, this offseason. And we also know that he's going to continue to be working on his skill set and his game to hopefully impact this Miami Heat season next year. So he's been hitting up the gym. He's focusing on strength training, which is good. He's 6'10", and he has a pretty impressive skill set for a young 21-year-old. He's got the size, he has the potential. He's shown some flashes of brilliance, but now it's about consistency. So Jovic's offseason work last year did pay off. He had his best season in year 3, but he also has been dealing with injuries his whole career, and it's been a short career, obviously, but he broke his foot right before the Olympics last season, so that kind of derailed his preparation. But he was in the gym, he was lifting. You saw that he came out stronger and bigger and ready to compete this past season. And we were able to see him get more minutes, more opportunity, and his confidence on the court was growing. Spo was trusting him a little bit more, and his shot improved to a certain degree. His ability to stretch the floor, that is a big part of his game. And defensive positioning, I think that showed real improvement, and that's the only reason why he actually got to see more minutes was because of that. Like, if Spo doesn't trust you as a young player defensively, if you can't get into those rotations correctly, then you're not going to have a real opportunity to contribute and be a part of this team. So the one question does remain, though: how does Jović take his game to the next level next season? And so first off, it's clear he needs to continue improving his strength and conditioning, and he has gained some muscle last season, but he has a lot of room to grow. He's 21 years old. He's still growing technically. Like, he is going to mature, and I think if he can add more bulk without losing his mobility, because we know he's a great transition type of player, that would make him even more dangerous in the post and give him the ability to guard multiple positions. We also saw Jović trying to hunt guards in the past. When they would guard him in the post, he would pass the ball back out and be passive. We saw him play a little more aggressive against undersized guards. And so I think if he continues to bolster his strength, he's going to be able to take advantage of his size and his skill set and be able to shoot over the top of these guys, post up. He needs to have some good moves. Like, he needs to work on his left hand as well. And that right hand hook, that left hand hook, like, if he can do that, then that's going to be huge. So the other piece, he needs to stay healthy. That's the biggest issue. And if we look at his stats, I'll pull up his stats real quick. You could see there's been steady improvement. since his rookie season, which is a good sign. So as a rookie, he was 19 years old, only played 15 games. He had that back injury, wasn't in the rotation, and only played 13 minutes per game. So 5 points, couple rebounds, wasn't really impactful. Didn't really shoot that great from three. He still shot 2 attempts per game, but only shot 23% or 22.9%. His sophomore season, you could see the steady growth and improvement. He played 19 minutes per game. Averages went up to 7.7 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he only played 46 games in his sophomore season. Last season also only played 46. Part of that was, injuries, part of that was DNPs, but still, he hasn't been able to play even 50 games in a season, which is not a great sign. But you could see his minutes have increased each season. 25 minutes solid, obviously was a big part of our rotation. 10.7 points per game, 4 rebounds. You want to see the rebounds go up. More time played, his rebounds went down. That's not great. But his assists went up. You could see his playmaking is steadily improving. 2.8 assists, zero point 0.8 steals, shot 37% from three on 4.6 attempts, shot 45% from the field. We need to improve that number, get him, again, more touches in the paint where he could take advantage of smaller defenders. And so his stats are improving, which is a good sign. But health, like he needs to be able to stay on the court. And that's been trouble for him so far. So um, let's talk about his defense though, because that has drastically also improved. He was unplayable, basically a huge liability. He was getting hunted his first 2 seasons essentially, but defensively, I think this is again somewhere where he can definitely make strides. He needs to make strides if he wants to be able to stay on the court. But right now, he does have the tools to be a solid defender. He has the length, he has the strength now. But he needs to show more consistency on that end. He needs to be moving his feet better laterally and not playing with his hands. He has improved in that area drastically. But yeah, he's not getting as many calls against him. I think his first and second year, oh my God, the ref immediately would be calling fouls because he would be playing with his hands, like holding players. He needs to move his feet, which he has been doing better. So he needs to, particularly in terms of positioning and effort, I think he needs to improve in those areas. He's got the potential to become a two-way player. But again, that's going to take a lot of focus, hard work, and energy and desire, essentially. Offensively, we know he's been developing his three-point shot. He's shown that he's a reliable shooter. But next season, he needs to make defenses respect him even more from beyond the arc. The Heat will need that spacing, especially for Tyler Hero, because the offense is structured around Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. So if people are collapsing on Tyler Hero and double teaming him and blitzing him, then we need Nico to be ready for a catch and shoot three opportunity. So let's talk about his future in Miami specifically. So again, Jović is only 21 years old. As I've been saying, he has a lot of room for growth. The Heat do see him as one of their top young prospects. But here's the kicker. He is eligible for a contract extension this season. So next year, he is in his last year of his 4-year rookie deal. He's going to be making only $4 million. So he's going to be looking for an extension where he's going to be trying to make 10 million or so per season. So I could see him asking for like a 3-year extension, 30 million, 33 million. So should the Heat offer him a contract extension right now? That all depends on a few things. So on one hand, he has shown promise, and if the Heat are going to decide that he is a key part of the future, locking him down now could be a smart move. But on the other hand, if Miami's still aiming to land a big star this offseason, which I mentioned earlier, they're looking to make changes, then if they want to compete in the East, then Jović could become a valuable trade piece. So I think Jović is semi-deserving of an extension at this point. I don't know. It's a tough call. The potential is there, but he's not yet proven that he can be consistent or that he is going to be a true star. We don't know if he actually has star potential, but he's 21 years old. He's super young. But health is a big issue. Like he always seems to be getting hurt, whether they're major injuries or flukes. But nonetheless, his development has been impressive so far, no doubt. But he still needs to show more before the Miami Heat can commit long-term money to him. So if he does continue to improve his game, especially in the areas that we talked about, defense, his shooting, his playmaking, he could absolutely earn that extension. But if the Heat want to make a splash in the trade market, he has to be one of the young assets that we do trade as part of a bigger deal. If we want to get like a Giannis, even if we want to get a KD, he might be that sweetener that we need to throw in order to acquire an all-star caliber player this offseason. So what does this mean for Jović in his future with the Miami Heat? Honestly, I don't know. It can go either way. But is he going to be a cornerstone or is he going to be a trade piece? We'll see. Time will tell. But I like Nico. I'm excited for his growth and development, and I'm rooting for him. So anyway, that's all I have for today's episode. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.